Welcome to the Belated Tech Channel's 38th edition of the Tesla and SpaceX Redux. We are reviewing the milestones that occurred on each day in the week of June 7th through June 13th in the history of Tesla, SpaceX, Starlink, the Boring Company, and Elon Musk's other various business ventures. June 7th, 2019. Tesla CEO Elon Musk said in an interview on this date that Tesla's planned electric pickup truck, quote, will be a better truck than an F-150 in terms of truck-like functionality and be a better sports car than a standard Porsche 911. That's the aspiration. Ford wasn't taking Musk's assertion lying down. In addition to investing $500 million into electric truck rival Rivian the previous April, the ICE vehicle design and manufacturing giant had already begun its electric F-150 variant 5 months before. 2 years after Musk's comments, Ford revealed the F-150 Lightning all-electric pickup truck prototype and began taking pre-orders for the planned 2022 production model. Tesla also plans to enter production on the Cybertruck for 2022, making the upcoming head-to-head matchup an interesting one to watch. June 8th, 2016. Elon Musk used Twitter to respond to a Reuters report published near this date that suggested Tesla was in talks with Samsung SDI to supply batteries for its car and energy storage products. He tweeted, quote, would like to clarify that Tesla is working exclusively with Panasonic for Model 3 cells. News articles claiming otherwise are incorrect. As of 2021, Panasonic is still the production battery supplier for Tesla's non-Chinese cars, and most of its batteries used in its energy storage products. In China, the company has been buying CATL lithium iron phosphate batteries for its less expensive models. Tesla has been aggressively pursuing its own research in improved battery technologies, as well as buying battery startups with promising technologies. But it appears that Panasonic will be manufacturing the new 4680 battery that will be replacing the 2170 and 18650 batteries currently in use, in addition to other suppliers, such as LG. There is no word if Samsung is a 4680 participant. June 9th, 2017. Tesla CEO Elon Musk tweeted out of the blue on this date, quote, few people know that we started Tesla when GM forcibly recalled all-electric cars from customers in 2003 and then crushed them in a junkyard. Musk was referring to the EV1, which GM decided to remove from circulation and destroy. The event was memorialized in director Chris Payne's 2006 documentary, Who Killed the Electric Car? Musk may be using the royal we here. Martin Eberhard and Marc Tarpenning actually founded Tesla Motors on July 1st of 2003. Musk didn't join the company until February of 2004, when he contributed the majority of the company's Series A funding. That's not to say that the destruction of the EV1 wasn't Musk's motivation, and there's little question that Musk's involvement probably was the sole reason why the company survived, the contribution of hundreds of very talented engineers notwithstanding. No worries, we get what he meant. June 10th, 2016. Elon Musk announced via Twitter on this date, quote, that NHTSA confirmed today that they had found no safety concern with the Model S suspension. Of greater concern, 37 of 40 suspension complaints to NHTSA were fraudulent, i.e., false location or vehicle identification numbers were used. It would seem to indicate that one or more people sought to create the false impression of a safety issue where none existed. For its part, the NHTSA did not release any statement or data to corroborate Musk's claims about fraudulent complaints, but it did say that Tesla had fully cooperated with its request for information and that it had, quote, not identified any safety issue with Tesla suspensions. Two things can be true at the same time, however. It could be that the original complaints were fraudulent, but that there was actually a problem with the Model S suspension. 3 years later, the NHTSA reopened its investigation after as many as 115,000 2015 to 2017 Model S and 2016 to 2017 Model X vehicles appeared to be affected by one or two apparent suspension issues involving part strength. No word as of the date of this video as to the outcome of that investigation. June 11th, 2019. Musk said at a Tesla's annual meeting on this date, quote, "Every car made since October 2016 is capable for full autonomy with the replacement of the computer alone. We'll still need regulatory approval, but the capability will be there. This massively increases the value of the car. In fact, I think it's basically financially insane to buy anything except an electric car. It is upgradable to full autonomy." Musk summed up his view with a pithy concluding statement. He said, quote, "If you buy a gasoline car that is not self-driving, it is like riding a horse and using a flip phone. Hello, it's not wise." Interestingly, although Tesla equips all of its cars with the hardware to support full autonomy, only about a third of the company's customers actually buy the full autonomy option. That being said, those one-third are pretty important to Tesla. Automotive industry analysts estimate that full autonomy option buyers account for the bulk of the company's profits. June 12, 2019. The RADARSAT 3-satellite constellation was lifted to orbit on a Falcon 9 B5 rocket, Booster 1051, from the Vandenberg Air Force Station's Launch Complex 4E on this date. The booster successfully returned to a ground pad in foggy weather. The mission was originally scheduled to lift off in February, but due to the landing failure of Booster 1050, this flight was switched to Booster 1051, used on the Crew Dragon Demo 1 launch, and delayed to allow refurbishment and transport to the West Coast. The constellation was built for Canada's RADARSAT program to replace the aging RADARSAT 1 and RADARSAT 2. The new satellites contain an automated identification system for locating ships and to provide Arctic and maritime security. A payload cost of roughly $1 billion made this SpaceX's second most expensive payload launched, and the most valuable commercial payload so far put into orbit. June 13th, 2020. The Starlink 8 group of 58 internet broadband satellites was lifted to orbit on a Falcon 9 B5 rocket, Booster 1059, from the Cape Canaveral Air Force Station's Launch Complex 40 near this date. The booster successfully returned to a drone ship. One payload fairing half-launched on the JCS-SAT-18 mission in December of 2019. The other payload fairing half flew on Starlink 2 in January of 2020. It was the 8th operational launch of Starlink satellites and included the first rideshare in SpaceX's SmallSat program. 3 SkySat satellites numbers 16, 17, and 18 were also released into orbit. SkySat is a constellation of sub-meter resolution Earth observation satellites owned by Planet Labs, providing imagery, high-definition video, and analytics services. For the first time, SpaceX did not perform a static fire before launch. Before we get to the current event of the week, we wanted to see if you enjoyed this 38th episode of Belated Text Tesla and SpaceX Redux. If so, click that like button. Did you agree with our choices, or are there other events that were better? Go ahead and share with us by dropping a comment below. And if you have suggestions for an event in the future, we'll take those too. We'll credit events we pick for future videos to those viewers that post them. We hope you have been enjoying our content. Have we earned your subscription to our channel? If yes, and you have not yet taken the opportunity to subscribe, please take a moment to do so now and click the bell notification icon so you don't miss upcoming videos. We want to continue delivering great content to you. You can always unsubscribe, and subscribing is free. On June 1st, 2021, the Wall Street Journal reported that the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission had complained at least 3 times to Tesla's board of directors during 2019 and 2020 that the company was not adhering to its consent decree that it vet any of Elon Musk's tweets that concerned Tesla in advance. The tweets that had drawn the SEC's attention concerned comments about Tesla's high stock price and SolarCity's manufacturing goals. Both Musk and Tesla paid $20 million in fines to settle the original 2018 enforcement action that arose from the CEO's tweet that he allegedly had investors lined up to take the company private. The settlement also barred Musk from the chairmanship for 3 years and put into place the social media vetting requirement. The Journal summed up the episode by saying, quote, "The feud appears to have ended in a stalemate without further consequence to Tesla or Mr. Musk," the correspondent suggests. Tesla's lawyers argued against the SEC claims about the tweets, and the SEC never went back to court to ask a judge to intervene. Links to some of our most recent episodes can be found in the description section below. You can peruse our entire 250 plus video library by looking at our playlists, which conveniently sort videos by subject. We announce all new videos on our microblogging accounts, which are listed below, as well as in the community feed for this channel. Want to know how to navigate our channel content? We refer to retrotech and innovation documentary segments as episodes. Coverage of current events in space exploration, science, and technology are labeled as shorts. Space and tech history are documented in an anthology called Milestones. And gameplay recordings can be discovered on the Bladed Tech gaming channel in videos called Walkthroughs and Side Missions. Stay connected by occasionally checking our Instagram feed and Minds page, where we post content from our upcoming episodes and from episodes past that you may have missed, and where we cover current news and events related to channel content. Thanks for watching.